Hello guys, Crispy here, welcome back to another video. With this one, my friends, I'm going to be testing a GeForce RTX 4070 Super in Fallout 4. This one is the Founders Edition model of the card. We are running it with the latest Nvidia drivers and I'm not manually overclocking it. You can see all of its specs right here in Tech Power-Up's GPU 0. Resizable bar is also enabled. And over on the left, we're pairing it with a Ryzen 9 7950X3D with half of its cores disabled, so it's basically a Ryzen 7 7800X3D and 32GB of DDR5 6000MHz RAM in dual channel. Let's get into it, shall we? Alright, let's go over the settings first. I'm starting at 1080p resolution and I'm also going to test this one at 1440p, 4K and 8K resolutions. I'm using TAA, 16 samples of anisotropic filtering and the Ultra settings preset. By the way, if you're having crashing issues, it's because of the weapon debris setting. If you enable it, it will crash after like 30 seconds of gameplay, so you need to keep this off. I'm also going to disable motion blur, and you know what? Today I'm going to utilize HBAO Plus right there, which is the ambient occlusion on Ultra as well. So this is basically max settings aside from the weapon debris. Yes. Alright guys, here we have it getting 300 frames per second, and by the way, the game is not fast forwarded right now. This is how it runs, because if you unlock the FPS, the physics are tied to the frame rate, and it will just go to hell basically. Also, this is the good neighbor area of the map, and it seems like it's not as intensive as the area that I usually play at in the city, which is very CPU bound. It drops things down to like 120 FPS or so on a 7800X3D with a CPU bottleneck, guys. So it's very concerning, the state of this game, but it's kind of normal because it was made in an era where quad cores were the norm, so it's optimized for quad core CPUs, right? Also, something very interesting that I found is that if you go up to like 400 plus frames per second and 500, this is what happens. Look at this. Everything is completely broken. Now, you could easily not get this issue, holy crap, if you don't unlock the FPS, okay? The game comes locked to 60 frames per second by default, and you should leave it like that, especially now that... Oh, look at that. It was running so fast. Especially now with the next-gen update, because that broke the mod that allowed you to have the physics untied to the FPS, basically. What are these guys aiming at? Hello? What's up there? Hello? What is going on? There's nobody there. What the heck is happening? Okay, anyways, you can see that over in this area, we're seeing around like 150 to 200 something FPS. Get out of the way, please. I want to get out, thank you very much. There are some areas that won't even load or won't even save, you know, if you are running with unlocked FPS. I'm just doing it here so we can see 100% GPU utilization sometimes, and so we can see what it's actually capable of, right? Because if I locked it to 60 FPS, it would just be the same experience as like a 4060 or even like a 3050 that could get like 60 FPS, I believe. Anyways, over in these foresty areas with a lot of vegetation here is where you're going to see the least FPS, usually, if you're not in the city and you have a CPU bottleneck, you know. And it gets down to like 150, 140s at times. It's not a bad experience whatsoever. It's very stable, of course. And if you lock it to 60 FPS, it's going to stay at 60 FPS the entire time. That's obvious. But that's expected coming from a 4070 Super in 1080p resolution, right? Because 1080p is a very easy resolution to run for this card right here. Oh my gosh, it's so funny, the animations, you know. And I mean, this is a 2015 title after all, so of course it will do an amazing job at 1080p resolution, but it does dip here and there, as you saw, into like the 150s at times. So yeah, it can get very intensive, this game, especially with the God Race setting on, the shadow set to Ultra as well, and that HBAO Plus ambient occlusion. Alright, let's bump it up to 1440p resolution, and I'm using the same Ultra settings everywhere right here, and HBAO Plus. Alright guys, now we're in the Diamond City right here, dropping into the 140s, 130s, pretty much the same FPS as we've seen previously around the city area, you know. It goes up to 200 plus FPS sometimes, so even this area, which a lot of people told me is very intensive, well, it's kind of the same as we saw previously. Maybe it's a little bit more GPU intensive, but that's not not even enough to make us GPU bound all of the time. You can see right here, for example, it's getting 80% GPU usage and 160 FPS, so we are heavily CPU bound still, okay? Well, in some scenarios. Right now, it's getting 100% GPU usage. So that means that if you leave the FPS locked at 60 and you don't touch anything to unlock them, you know, by the way that I'm unlocking it at the moment is through Nvidia control panel using the VSync off option. And if you try to use the config files to unlock it, it won't work anymore. Oh my God, seriously, I'm stuck here. Okay, let's get out of the Diamond City, alright? And let's go to a more foresty area up here in the map. Alright, here we have it, a GPU-bound scenario, and it's dropping down into the lower 100s, or 110s basically, mostly around, oh my God, 130, but yeah, you can see that it does drop by quite a bit sometimes. Goodbye, thank you. I don't want anything to do with you, thanks. Okay, goodbye. There's another one right there. Okay, got him. And, oh boy, a big explosion right there. Not dropping our FPS by much, which is nice. I've seen that the explosions in the game are actually quite well optimized. They don't drop your FPS, you know. Goodbye, sir, please. Die already. Come on. Jesus, these guys take a beating to die, right? Okay, come on. No, that one died instantly, seriously? Oh my gosh, maybe it was a headshot or something. But yeah, as you can see, it's still a high refresh rate experience if they eventually fix the mods that allow you to unlock the FPS while not breaking the physics. It's gonna be a very, very smooth experience indeed with the 4070 Super. Until then, stick to 60 frames per second, or else just play the game with a lot faster animations than it should be. But yeah, guys, if you think about it, there are a lot of recent titles that kind of run like this on our RTX 4070 Super, right? Like Helldivers 2 at high settings in 1440p, it does get us around these FPS, I think, maybe a little bit lower than that. But yeah, this is a 2015 title. It's not really that well optimized. It doesn't really run as well as it should run on these higher-end systems, you know, and higher-end GPUs. But again, that's because, oh my God, what is happening? What is it shooting at? Oh, the little bug. There's a little mosquito right there. Holy crap. Is that necessary for a mosquito? Back in 2015, if you wanted to... There it is again. To play this game with comfortable FPS, you know, you would probably disable or set God Race to low, which is a very intensive setting. And now we finally got GPUs that are capable of running higher resolutions, as well as all of the settings maxed out. If you still want more FPS in these areas, I don't really feel the need to, because again, the physics break, and even with the physics mod installed, whenever that starts working again, it's gonna be fine with 100 plus FPS all of the time, basically, which is what we're getting right here, right? Anyways, that's it for 1440p. It runs pretty well, 144 FPS average, right? That's what you want. No stuttering issues as well. That's something that I really, really like about these older games. And I mean, the game doesn't look bad, right? Also, I don't have the high resolution textures installed. That's a separate mod on Steam, because people say it's crap, honestly. And I installed it. I tried it for a little bit. The textures do look slightly better, but you get like 30 FPS less, so it's not really worth it in my opinion. Anyways, let's move on to 4K resolution and see what this is capable of at that res. Alright, here we go, 3840 by 2160, still using the same settings. Let's go. Oh boy, look at that, guys. It's dropping into the 40s and 50s. I did not expect that. See, this is actually the performance that you get in recent titles at 4K with a 4070 Super. With DLSS, it would get like 60 plus FPS all of the time, and there was a DLSS mod for this game, although now it's probably broken along with a lot of the mods, again, because of the next-gen update that didn't change anything, aside from making the mods not work. Anyway, oh my gosh, come on, stop it! Am I gonna die here? Holy crap, this is hard, dude. Even with the level 106 character that I'm running right here and super OP weapons, and probably cheats as well, I don't know. This is just a save game that I got off of Nexus mods, by the way, to test various areas and stuff, because my character, like the one that I was playing, is only like 5 hours in. So yeah, that's it. 4K ultra settings is too much apparently in a 2015 title for an RTX 4070 Super to handle, guys. That's absolutely ridiculous to me, but hey, it is what it is. Let me grab my minigun right now and come on, try to explode this. I don't think it will explode. Yeah, unfortunately, it does not explode. I was really wishing to see a huge explosion with this, but no, it doesn't really happen. All right, I'm gonna stop it there, and we're gonna try high settings, because that should get us 60 plus. All right, here we go. 4K still using high settings preset. As you can see, I'm just going to disable motion blur. I'm going to keep the ambient occlusion on SSAO this time. Oh boy, Jack, please. Jack, please. Holy crap, we're getting so many more FPS. I'm sorry. Get out. Get out, Jack. Get out. How come you're not scared of this? It's a minigun. It's a minigun, Jack. Please. Get away. No. No, stay. Stay. Sleep! Sleep! There you go. He's sleeping now, finally. Let's start counting our FPS, okay? And holy, that is a huge difference, guys. Look at that. 90 FPS. We were down to like 35 previously on ultra settings. Now it's getting 80 plus all of the time, I think. Holy, 70 plus actually, dropping down into the 70s sometimes. Yes, the time of the day, by the way, is a little bit different. If you change that, things can get more or less intensive. I'm going to set it to 1900 hours. And as you can see, it goes up to 150 frames. Let's do like 10 a.m. There you go. 110 frames per second at 10 a.m. Oh, wow. That's such a difference, guys. I'm going to set it back to 8. Yeah, now it's raining again and it's getting 70s. So I've also seen some people saying that they're getting very different FPS to my testings, you know? And that could very well be just the difference in weather and time of the day. It does make that big of a difference, okay? Anyway. It is running absolutely fine right now. I have tried a bunch of different times of the day, as you can see right there, to try and make it drop from 60 FPS in that particular scenario that we saw previously, where we dropped to 35 on ultra settings, and it didn't really drop that far. So it's the minimum I've seen was at 8 a.m. basically, with 70-ish frames per second or 80-ish FPS. And yeah, it's safe to say it's going to be a great experience here on high settings. All you need to do, thankfully, is drop the settings down a notch from ultra to high. It looks very similar, although this time of the day is pretty crappy, you know, so I'm going to set it to like 10 a.m. Okay, it's the weather that's pretty crappy right now, not the time of the day. Let's do like 1500s. There we go. Oh boy, come on. Jesus, I'm reloading. Oh boy. Okay, wait. Let's go. Stop it. Thank you. Come on. You stop it as well. Oh, a couple of them. Big ones. Holy crap. This is fun, guys. Like, the game is a good game, right? Even if it has all of these issues and bugs and so on, it's a good game. A lot of people enjoyed Fallout 4. So yeah, you should definitely grab it while it's on sale or free on Amazon Prime. At least it was free a week ago. I'm not sure about now, but yeah. I'm gonna stop it there for 4K resolution. We found the adequate settings for the 4070 Super already, and let's try it at 8K, just for funsies. Here we go. That's 7680 by 4320, and I'm still using the high settings. It's probably a bad idea to play this on high at 8K, but let's try it. Okay, so holy crap. We get a good 10 to 30 frames per second, I guess. That's it, right? I guess it would be adequate for a GT 1030. This is exactly the performance you'd expect from that card because of the name, you know, 1030. Anyway, let's move on. I'm sorry, guys. Let's explode that thing. I don't know why the red cars explode. All of the red cars explode in this game, apparently. It's very interesting. There's another one right there. Boom. There we go. But the blue one, No, the blue one also explodes. Okay, I thought it was only the red ones. All right, it's just that model of the car explodes every time. All right, so is this playable? No. Obviously not. There we go. It looks very nice, you know, if you want to take screenshots of the game, for example. Yeah, don't play at 8K at all, actually. There's no point in doing this. There aren't even any 8K monitors. Well, there are a couple of them that cost like $3,000 or something. It's absolutely ridiculous. So just stick to 4K maximum with this one, okay? Maybe a 4090 would be able to achieve 60 FPS here at 4K high, but not this. So what I'm gonna do is disable TAA, disable the anisotropic filtering, set it to low settings, okay, which enables FXAA, so I'm gonna disable it again, and this is it. Low settings preset. It's not the lowest settings in the game, all right? And this is it, guys. Low settings in the game. At first glance, it doesn't look too different. Yes, it's less dense, you know, the draw distance is very crappy as well. You can see the grass over there. It's still not enough to achieve 60 FPS, but it's now playable at 8K resolution. So if you want to sacrifice everything, and I mean everything aside for the sharpness, because the quality of the graphics is now lower, the FPS are now lower as well. Yeah, the draw distance is terrible, especially the shadow draw distance. Look at that. That's absolutely awful, right? If you get close to it, no, not even that. Oh my god. Oh my god, the shadows over here are terrible, but sometimes they're good, like over there. What the heck? That's so weird. That's so weird. Anyway, guys, yeah, this is it. This is the 8K experience. Yeah, that's been it for this one, guys. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope it was informative or helpful or at least entertaining to watch. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, and I'll catch you in the next one very soon. As always, love you all. Bye-bye.